good. Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Steph, and I'm going to tell you how I make money online as an ordinary stay-at-home mama of 3 boys. So why even make money online? Well, why not? The world is online, and when the world is online, your audience is massive and you do not have to go anywhere in order to reach them. Making money online is so easy. You don't even need any major startup costs. You probably already have the things you need to make money online in your home right now. The internet, a computer or a laptop, and maybe some kind of camera or mobile device. Everyone has these things, and so it is possible for anyone to make money online, even you. There are also so many different opportunities to make money online, and I guarantee you there will be an audience for what you are wanting to sell, whether that's your designs, whether that's your writing, whether that's your photography skills. The online world provides a platform for you to leverage your selling or your product. You have just got to make sure it's in the right place at the right time with the right price, and you can make money off it. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my personal journey with how I got started making money online and how I made my first $1,000. I heard in a blogging podcast once that your first $1,000 is the hardest amount of money to earn. And man, I found that so true. It took me almost 2 years to earn my first $1,000, but once that milestone was reached, my earnings have just grown exponentially. So how did I, an ordinary housewife, get started? Oh, that's good. Well, it all began one night 2 years ago, October 12th. My husband was working late. He had been working hard for months. I had finished my quilting project. I had read every book in our wardrobe, exhausted all my other creative outlets. And I thought, what can I do now? My husband is probably going to be working evenings into the foreseeable future. I want to hang out with him, but I want to do something productive. And randomly, I came across a video on YouTube, and in that video she shared 13 different ways you can make money online as a stay-at-home mum. Can I tell you, that title grabbed my attention, and I was like, yes please. Who doesn't want to make money online without having to leave your home, without having to sacrifice time with your children or your husband? However your personality is wired, I think that you can find a way to make money online to suit you uniquely. So of all the ways to make money online, there were a few that kind of caught my fancies. There was doing voiceovers for Audible, there was copywriting, there was vlogging, and there was blogging. After that video, I went on the web and looked up each individual one just to see what it entailed. And when I looked into blogging, that seemed like the ding 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 option for me. You would be amazed the amount of money people can make blogging, and to tell you the truth, that was very enticing to me. To be honest with you, before I watched this video, I didn't actually know what a blog was. I discovered that basically every time you Google a recipe, every time you Google a how-to query, each time you click on a link that leads to a website to solve your search query, that website is a blog. I had no idea. I thought, like most people, that a blog was just an online diary where you shared your daily outfits or your daily routine or just your thoughts. I had no idea that it was a place where you could share recipes, where you could attract lots of traffic, and where you could make money. So while I was on this little rabbit trail, I came across this masterclass by Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone, where she was sharing her story of how she started a blog online. So always at the end of every masterclass I've ever taken, there is always some kind of offering that they sell. I have a lot of trust in Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone, so when she offered her course and said sign up now for this discount, I was hooked, and I actually signed up and I pressed pay now. So it was a bit of like, oh, this is such a risk, but the course came with such emphatic promises of success. It pushed my doubts behind me, and it meant that I made that investment, and I am glad that I did. The first step was to create my website, and that was a learning curve, and this course was great at walking me through all those intricate steps and making my site look pretty. Then the next step was creating content that people would be entertained by, instructed by, or validated by. So I have spent the last 2 years spending probably about I want to say 12 hours a week, but that would only be about 3 hours, well, 2 hours a day, and I definitely spent a lot more time on my blog. I think it was adrenaline, or probably that excitement of making money that just drove me to work well into the early hours of the morning. But it was just so much fun, like designing my blog and creating content and researching, and it was just so cool to get into this project and to kind of use my creative energy and to use my brain and to be strategic. And I just loved every minute of those hours, and I regret nothing. I regret no lost sleep. Hey, I'm used to lost sleep anyway by feeding my babies through the night, but it was just so fun, and it is still fun. 2 years later, there is always something new to learn. There are always new ways to grow. I'm going to share with you the things that I learned from blogging, which helped me to earn my first $1,000. So on average, they say it takes about 2 years for every successful blogger to start earning a regular income. And I have actually read that 80% of bloggers give up before they even earn a decent income. And here is why I think that most bloggers fail. Number one, I think that they set their expectations too high. They think they're going to succeed too soon, and when that success doesn't come, they think that it's not for them. And I think if every blogger knew that it took 2 years to see success, but that success would inevitably come after that time, then maybe they would not give up before that happened. Alright, so the next reason I think that most bloggers fail before they earn a dime is that they choose a niche that isn't searchable. So this is something that I found out the hard way. I can just write about whatever I am passionate about, whatever is on my heart, and I would spend hours writing these long blog posts that no one ever read, and I'm glad that no one ever read them. But I think the thing about creating content is that you have to put yourself in the position of the user, the person that uses the internet, that types in the keywords and is wondering how to solve their query, and you have to create the content to answer their problem. So you have to preempt that search query, and you have to have that answer waiting for them. Once I changed my mindset around this, I started to create content that was actually useful to people, and because it was useful to people, it was searchable, and then it was able to be found, because there is no use creating great content if it cannot be found. So how do you know what people are searching for? Well, there are 2 free places that I use. What I do use is Pinterest trends and Google trends. And on Google Trends, you can basically type in a keyword and you can see over time how many people have searched for that keyword, and then it will also give you related keywords as well. The Pinterest Trends tool is a lot more sophisticated. I would say it gives you a lot more information about what Pinterest users are searching for, and I prefer that actually. I make sure that I go to Pinterest Trends first before I start to create a piece of content. So the next reason why I think 80% of bloggers give up before they ever see a dime is because they're in a niche that is too competitive. So in the course they said you should pick a niche based on what you're passionate about. And at the time, my main passion was sourdough. But the sourdough niche, it is so competitive, and there are so many wonderful recipes already out there. And I think for little old me to enter into that niche I think it was not a very strategic move. When you are competing with these long established sourdough accounts that have top ranking recipes in Google and in Pinterest, then it is just really hard to stand out and to build trust and to make people want to go to your blog. I do have one really good sourdough, a couple, yeah, that have done. Like my lemon cake recipe has been shared a lot, and also my sourdough bagels recipe, people have loved doing that one. But other than that, my sourdough recipes have just not been found because I think the competition is just too fierce. You need to be thinking, okay, there are so many proficient, well qualified, like there are chefs who have recipe blogs. Like, what do you have that you can offer people that is different, that people might prefer to these people who are already trusted in this niche? And so you just need to be sure that you choose that if you choose a niche, that you have a unique selling point that is attractive to a lot of people. My site took a massive dive after March. It was really discouraging actually. And then I had my baby in June. Yeah, like I was just getting hardly any views to my blog. So that was the time where my motivation to keep going came from the fact that I had invested so much time and a bit of money into blogging, and I was so determined not to give up, and I knew that success was possible. And I think that that's probably another reason why 80% of bloggers give up before they see a dime, is that they just don't believe enough that success is possible. So many people use the internet, and that means that there is a market for everyone. There is a market for your content. And so knowing that, you just have to package it in the right way so that they find it. And I think that if people just believed that enough, I think they would keep going and that they would keep trying until they find the thing that really hits. The last reason that 80% of bloggers fail is that they don't pivot soon enough. And I think that I would have succeeded sooner if I had pivoted sooner. Yeah, if I had just kind of shelved my sourdough recipes and had tried something different sooner. But I think you need to pivot until you find something that strikes, that hits the bullseye. And when you find a piece of content that does that, let that be your sign that that is the niche for you. That is obviously something that resonates with a sizable audience and that they keep coming to your blog. And when that happens, you need to double down on that, and you need to find ways that you can create content around it. I had to take a step back and think, okay, how do I actually use the internet for? And for me, I love looking at list articles, so the 5 benefits of green tea, or amazing uses for banana peels, or 50 recipes that use chicken. And so I thought, well, I like reading articles like that, so maybe a whole lot of people like reading articles like that. I took this to Google Trends and I took it to Pinterest, and I saw that actually this type of content is actually really popular, these list articles. And so that's when I started doing, list articles of chicken recipes, list articles of beef recipes, list articles of crock pot recipes. Can I tell you, people love using their crock pot. That my article on 50 crock pot recipes was my first article that kind of took off, and it was in February of this year, so like just over a year in. And that was amazing, just seeing that not only did it get traffic from one day, but it got traffic for a whole month, which meant I was able to come out the other side of those Google algorithm and Pinterest updates, which meant I was able to apply for Journey, which is an ad agency that is a subset of Mediavine, which is kind of like the holy grail. If you're a blogger, you have made it if you get accepted into the Mediavine ad agencies. As I sit here now, I have enough sections on my blog to be able to apply to Mediavine, which is just such an exciting moment to be able to just bask in after 2 years of hard work, of sleepless nights, but it's just been so much fun. It is just so nice to be able to sit here and share this good news. And there is nothing so satisfying as working so hard and pushing through those hard and discouraging times, and then being able to get your reward. And so if you're a stay-at-home mum wanting to make money to support your family, to just be able to cover the bills, to go towards that mortgage, but you do not want to sacrifice time with your children, you want to still be able to homeschool, you want to still be able to make things from scratch, then I would really recommend that you just start, that you invest a bit of time and maybe a little bit of money in making it happen for yourself. Because if you have the determination, if you have the willingness to work hard, you can succeed. If I can do it, you can do it. And so I will leave the links down below to the course that I used, and also to the Pinterest course that I use as well, because marketing your blog is almost more important than the content you create. And if you want to know more about that, let me know in the comments down below. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions about blogging. I'm happy to share what knowledge I have gained with you, and let me know if you want to see any more videos around this topic. See you in the next video.